Hey YouTube, it's Hannah Loba. If you want more MotoAmerica content, check out the new and vastly improved MotoAmerica Live Plus app. It's the only place you can catch all the race action in one place all season long. Click the link in the description below.
Basically, you have two sessions, and your fastest time gets recorded, and it's Scholtz at a 2:13.370 on pole.
And then you got Ty Scott, PJ Jacobsen, Jake Lewis with a really nice job. Corey Alexander, they fixed his bike from Mid-Ohio. Fellini there, you saw him in 6th. Then we had Blake Davis. Great to see Martin Cardenas back. Linares Mesa, David Anthony, and Kayla Jakob. Had a good discussion with her. Gerardo, Max Van, Aiden Sneed on the MV Augusta, Teague Hobbs, Torrin Collins, and Enriquez is going to be row 6. And you have Nassani, Soltis, Owen Williams, Chase Black, Riston Grigg, and De Leon. A little further back, Rivera, LaRoche, Zaragoza, Erstein, Vandal, and Omen. And then just on that back row, you have Medina and Rizzo.
11 laps scheduled for Supersport race number 1. When the lights go off, we're racing. Mathew Scholtz from pole position. Gets a good launch, but it looks like Ty Scott got a great jump on that Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki. So here we go up to turn number 1. A very tricky corner. And Ty Scott's going to get his bike slowed down. And Scholtz, with a little bit of contact.
He tried to go across the front. Oh man, we got bikes down.
Mathew Scholtz is down, your championship points leader, and Martin Cardenas
is with him.
They are down.
Mathew Scholtz looked like he went across the front of PJ, and I'm not exactly sure what happened, but PJ might have fought back on the exit and caught maybe caught a bar. We'll have to see. But it looked like PJ had position, and Mathew kind of went across the front of him, which caused PJ to stand it up. I'm bummed to see Martin Cardenas go down. That's not a nice thing to have happen on your return after so many years being gone. But Cardenas' bike still laying on the outside between turns 1 and 2. Let's see what it's done up at the front here. Corey Alexander, I see 2nd. Ty Scott, Jake Lewis, and then there you got Mesa and Dave Anthony 5th. Where's PJ Jacobsen? That's going to be the next big question. This has got huge championship implications. There you go. So they've kind of run into each other. Oh no, it was Cardenas. Cardenas was going down the inside and ran into the side of Mathew on the way down. So again, I'd like to see another look at that.
Yeah, because it kind of also looked like Scholtz was trying to get back across the track for position.
Wow.
For just a moment, but look at all the riders. What a job they've done. Is now we have a lead change, and it's going to be 85 of Jake Lewis, who takes over the spot from Ty Scott. Those are two GSXR 750s going at it. And Corey Alexander on the 23 in 3rd. And for Alexander on the Ray Hall Ducati Moto with roller die informing on that Ducati Panigale V2 as Scholtz is trying to do some onboard wrenching and trying to get that bike to work for him. So important that he remounted that motorcycle, because if there was a red flag that came out, he needed to be participating in order to continue on in this race. And so now off they go, and it looks like a little bit wide for Ty Scott.
It's going to open the door for Corey Alexander. I can see PJ Jacobsen back there about 7th or 8th place. So he is rolling, Greg. So you're going to see him come into your shot right there on that yellow Ray Hall Ducati. So for PJ, this is a big opportunity now. He's going to be watching that pit board, I'm sure, to see if his team is saying anything about where Mathew Scholtz could be. So the first 2 or 3 guys went through, and then PJ went through and clicked off that fastest split. I see him easily being able to catch back up to this battle for the top 3. It looks like he's going to be in the draft of Dave Anthony as they go down the back straightaway. There you see PJ just pulling out to the left and try to pull back as many points as he can on Mathew today. You can see PJ with a lot of roll speed through there. He's going to put himself into position to go up underneath Mesa through those S's there.
The other thing is the 22 has got some good motor off the corner. He ran wide once before. We'll see if Blake, who's got a really fast motorcycle, is able to hold on to it. He's got confidence off the back straightaway. As you can see, Ty Scott looking for some real estate. So Blake Davis going a little bit hard on the brake lever off the back, just trying to get that motorcycle stopped, and is able to hold on to the position. So that's for 3rd place. So Davis now in 3rd, Ty Scott in 4th, and PJ Jacobsen right there as well. And that's really big, because at the moment,
Blake's in deep there.
There he goes. So he'll give up position, and that's also going to give PJ Jacobsen another 2 points that he's looking for. So 13 points, the difference between where Mathew Scholtz is in this championship and PJ Jacobsen.
Yeah, on our screen here, we're seeing bike 70 has a track limits warning. So we'll see. I'm not exactly sure where that was. A lot of times you can run out over the green here even, Greg, but P.J. Jacobsen's going to sit on the back of Ty Scott. And again,
PJ with a mistake.
Missed a gear. Yeah, you can see he's searching for a gear there. That's going to hurt him. So Blake Davis gave that spot to both these guys, and PJ just gave one back. So this is going to be Corey having trouble getting that Ducati into gear, Greg. He's going to catch a false neutral there. And something tells me that that wasn't the first time it happened, because the lap previous, Greg, I'll tell you right now, when you're at a big, long racetrack like this, as Blake Davis runs a little wide, I don't think it's going to cost him, no. But when you're Jake Lewis, and you see on your pit board plus five at a place like this,
it gets crazy for you. Battle for third place as Ty Scott trying to get his bike shifted, but it looks like P.J. Jacobsen might have the opportunity to go up the inside. Meanwhile, Follini, the 22 back there, battling it out with Mesa and David Anthony. So a couple of great battles.
There's Jake Lewis over Blake Davis. Ty Scott now looking down the inside of P.J. Jacobsen.
Oh, boy. And Ty felt a lot of confidence in the front end of that bike and able to get that one done. As a rider who told Hannah that he doesn't want to mess with this championship, that was a bold pass. As the 22 goes back around Ty Scott, but deep into turn one. Ty Scott just whipping that motorcycle around that Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki. It looks like in certain corners, Ty Scott can put it any place on the racetrack he wants, but here comes Blake Davis again. Roll speed around the outside, position up the inside, and that's for second again.
That's impressive.
The bike's in the draft. Off the back straightaway we go, and look at Corey Alexander taking a bite out of a couple riders. Corey wants that second position back. He goes around his teammate on that Rahal Ducati Moto team, and Corey Alexander now back into a podium position.
But the two guys in front there got off that last corner good, as we see a 4.5 second lead on the white flag for Jake Lewis. Corey Alexander comes across. P.J. Jacobsen now is going to take a shot. He does. He takes a shot at Corey Alexander.
Oh, look at Ty Scott
trying to ride around the outside. That's going to put him in a good spot coming down the hill, but nope. That door kind of gets closed on him. So now it's going to be up to PJ. I'd expect PJ to maybe take a shot, not through this little section, but they're going to go through this big, long right-hander right now. PJ opens that up a little bit. Let's see if he tries to slide down the inside of Blake Davis in this next left-hand corner. No, he tried. You see that bike get out of shape? He was getting on the throttle with the hopes of trying to get down the inside of Blake Davis, but that Ducati was having none of it. That rear tire was having none of it this late in the race.
And Mathew Scholtz is up to 18th place, but he is some seconds away from that final points-paying position. So the advantage is going to be whatever PJ is able to claw back. Right now, he's in third place. He's got 16 points in hands. He's going for second, 20 points. Oh, and he had to get off the brakes for a moment because it looked like Blake Davis was getting down to that apex. As Jake Lewis continues to be out front, you saw him just flash by the screen on this long back straightaway we go. And Blake Davis, with his Yamaha R6, is ripping down this back straightaway and able to get a bit of room between himself and his competitors. Can the 22 get it slowed down? There goes Ty Scott, Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki, and he's able to get around Corey Alexander. So the battles for the final spot on the podium are still mixing up.
Oh, and he runs wide, does Ty Scott. That's going to open the door for Corey Alexander. Now Corey's going to have to tighten up in here. And he does. Blake Davis does a good job in a corner. We've seen him make a few mistakes in the past. He does a good job at getting through there. This battle for third is Follini now. Looks like he's trying to stuff it up the inside of P.J. Jacobsen. And like I said, this is not what P.J. wants to be doing at this moment, especially battling against a guy he doesn't know. Follini has another look. PJ closes that door. This is the battle for second.
Only a couple of corners remain in this Super Sport race number one. As Jake Lewis onto the front straightaway, wheel in the air. What an amazing victory for the Altus Motorsports racer. And coming down to the line, it's going to be Blake Davis, Corey Alexander, Ty Scott, and P.J. Jacobsen relegated back to 5th place. David Anthony comes across in 8th, just behind Mesa. Follini on the Honus bike in 6th. Now all eyes on the number 11, Mathew Scholtz. Was he able to work himself into at least one single point as Kayla Yakov comes across the line behind Torin Collins and Max Van. Gerardo in 12th. As now here comes the number 11. Onto the front straightaway they go, and there's points just ahead of him, and it's going to be Mathew Scholtz in 16th place, just behind Jared Nisani, and doesn't get that one single valuable point. You can see that it's a 2.8 second margin of victory over Blake Davis. What a run for him. Man, he really earned that one. So did Corey Alexander, who dropped back and had to make his way up front.
luckily we had that Dunlop test that day, so it gave them the opportunity to try it, and they were the best guys today, and Jake rode great and the bike looked awesome.